My grandma is 70 years old, working in the field, showing everybody that we'll go in and work at 4 in the morning and then leave, get home at 7 at night. She made me feel so proud because she was a hard-working Mexican. My jefito, I remember that when I went to California and I was on the run, when I was working in the fields, I met this guy. He was one of the owners. And he goes, hey man, this guy is Ramon's son. He goes, oh yeah, you're his son? And I said, yes. He goes, your dad is a legend here. And I'm like, what do you mean your dad is a legend? Yes, your dad is a legend here, man. Everybody knows your dad. One of the hardest workers. And that really made me feel honored in my sangre, that's in my blood, that we're hardworking Mexicans, que le ponemos ganas, le echamos ganas, that we work hard. You know, trabajando en los files, sí está cabrón. It is hard. I robbed the store, and when I robbed the store, I got caught, and the cops beat me up. They beat me up so bad that I stopped breathing. And I woke up in this place called hell, which is the truth. I don't know how to give you the picture, but I know it was this place where you can't come out. And I was given the opportunity to come back and share my story. When the family fails, there's the gang. Always. It's always gonna be like that. The gang's always gonna wait for somebody to mess up. I never liked doing the drive-by stuff. I don't like drive-bys. I'd rather go knock on your door on the bright daylight. That was when I was like 14 years old. Mac 11s. First time I owned a gun, I was 13 years old. That was awesome because I was the only one 13-year-old with a gun in my hand. That was my best toy. That was my pelota right there. That was a football. That was a basketball to me. That was my only toy. That's where you get the power. That cohete makes people want to bow down, makes people do what you tell them to do. Makes people know that you're not playing around. Simon. I remember one night, it was me and my brother, and we just left the strip club. This truck just pulled up. Like 8 guys just jumped off the car, and they said, what's up, where you from? Boom, boom, boom. Chingazos, we started getting down, ta, 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 ta. Then the next thing I remember is that I was on the floor and somebody picked me up and threw me in my car. Then I went home to go get a strap, but when I get to my house and I park right in front of my house, there's this truck. I went up to it in my ride and I said, what's up, where you from? And I see this shotgun just pull out the window and boom! I could see the light hit me in the face. I saw the light and I felt as if my whole life just flashed. I felt like I was gonna die or something, that just my whole life just was gonna be blown away. I see the light and I say, trucha. When I barely get to turn around, the whole windows of the car blow up. For sure, I thought my face was blown off because I could see myself in the rearview mirror and I saw my face full of blood and I couldn't see my nose. My whole face was full of blood. I was just a little kid. I had my parents, but I remember when I got home and there was nobody there, I knew I didn't have my parents no more. I knew that it was gonna be on my own. When I got there, I started knocking on the door and nobody would answer. And I was like, okay, so I went around the window and I get to see in the window and there's nothing. And I'm 12 years old, empty. It was like my heart got empty too. My family wasn't there. My family was gone. I felt abandoned. I felt, where am I gonna run to? Where am I gonna go to now? So I had to go back to the hood because it's the only place to go back to. There was nothing else. Nowhere else but the hood. And that's where my homie Bean and the homies from the Kennedys, my homies took care of me, fed me, clothed me. But it was one of the worst feelings knowing that my family wasn't there. The abandonment. It was one of the worst feelings ever for a kid. Man, the hood provided for me everything, bro. I'm talking about, hey homie, no se agüite. Everything's gonna be good. No te agüites. Kyle, you can stay here, you can stay on the couch. Puedes dormir aquí en el couch. Te puedes, you know, just clean up after you're done and, you know, help me out here in the yard or whatever. Changing my life and changing a lot of my styles is that I could actually now help those that need the help, helping the homies that need it, instead of seeing them go waste their lives and make it worse. I could actually be like, yo homie, I could help you out. I got a canton, I got an extra room. You could stay there. You need to get your head out your ass. You need to get a jale. I got some jale in construction over here. Let's do some framing. Let's do some sheetrock over here. You know, help them out a little bit. Show them another tunnel. Show them another way how to make it.